Hello everybody, I am Cyan Link bringing you another knife review. Today I'm going to be talking about the Spyderco Warrior. This is the knife you see in front of you. Before I get to the knife, I want to first talk about the box. I ordered this for the purpose of collection, and you may notice the box has been busted to hell, which kind of decreases its value as a collector's item, and I wanted to talk about that. The Spyderco company offers an out-focus program which offers a 50% discount to military, law enforcement, and rescue personnel. The downside is, at least with military, I don't know about law enforcement guys, is you have to get it sent to a military address. So I actually ordered this back in March, and here it is August, just now getting to me. Ordered it in March and had it sent to Fob Shank, where I was at the time. Got all the way to, it was shipped in June, got all the way to Afghanistan. By the time it got there, it was early July, and I had just left Afghanistan myself. I think I left like 2 days before it got there, according to what they told me. So they shipped it back to Fort Bliss, and the Army Post Office is not well known for taking great care of packages. This is the first time I've gotten a package from them that was kind of beat up, but this one was, if you thought the box looked bad, you should have seen the actual mailing package it came in. It was just completely crushed on one side, and the other side was pretty dented as well, and even by their standards, this was pretty bad. I was not too happy about getting my knife in that kind of condition. So besides the knife, it also comes with this little booklet. Like my Gerber that I reviewed for my first review, this was designed for a specific purpose. Now, the person given the credit for designing this knife is a Michael Lachanis, and he designed it for a Korean fighting style called Hwarang-do back in 1994. And this knife was made by a couple companies, including Almar. I noticed that when the Spyderco Warrior knife first came out, I also noticed going around different blade forums that people were looking to buy and trade the Almar Warrior and other Warriors a little bit more than usual, so it looks like they re-stirred the pot on that front. But the only thing I know about Hwarang-do is that you hold it in an ice pick grip like this, and the primary method of attack in this is sort of like a slash like that. And I think the reason for this curve is so that you can cause extra damage. You just got more blade space going through that cut, cause extra damage with less force. And if you can't tell, this is a fighting knife. This is a weapon. This was not designed for box cutting or anything. This is a weapon. This is designed for use in battle. So let's go over specs. The entire length of the knife is just over 10.5 inches. The length of the blade is just over 5.5 inches, and the length of the cutting edge itself is 5.168 inches. So it's a pretty big knife. The steel for the blade is H1, which as far as I know is a pretty new steel. It's supposed to be completely rust resistant, and as much as I would love to test its rust resistance, I'm not going to do it on this knife. Now, I did recently order another Spyderco, the Hawkbill Sea Salt, which is going to be in satin, and it's a much cheaper blade made of the same steel, and I'll be using that to test the true rust resistance of that type of steel, but I'm not doing it with this. So price. This is a $450 knife. With the out-focus program, I got it for $225, which you see I saved $225, so you can see why I'm not too upset about the box being a little bent up. But at the same time, I'm not going to test it on this. This is an extremely expensive knife, and considering the fact that it was designed for a specific fighting style, it's probably got little more than niche value as far as the actual usability market goes. But as a collector's item, this is an extremely beautiful knife. I got it in the black finish simply because I think it looks better. It does offer a little bit of extra rust protection, but I think it looks great that way. I want to talk about the handle. It does have a skull crusher / glass breaker coming out the back of the handle. You can see right there. The handle itself is made out of FRN, which is fiberglass reinforced nylon, and it has this pattern on the side. I've seen plenty of Spyderco knives have this pattern, but this one is just way more pronounced. The grooves go way deeper, and I think the idea was, since this is a combat-oriented knife, they were expecting people to be wearing combat gloves when using it. So I think they made that deeper just to give you a bit more extra grip while wearing your glove. And I've held this while wearing my combat glove, and you definitely can feel you got a really strong, firm grip on that knife with that. It does, of course, feature the Spyderco logo and the ever-popular Seki Japan stamp on the back of it. But that's really all I got to say of the knife. FRN, I mean, FRN speaks for itself. It's strong stuff. It's good for handles. It's going to last forever. It doesn't react to the environment too much. It doesn't scratch easily. It doesn't wear easily. So that's going to last me a long time. Alright, the sheath. First thing we'll talk about the sheath is the back of it. These have like sideways loops for molly gear. And I guess the idea was you attach it to the side of your gear, possibly just on the side. And I guess the idea was you can reach around and grab it and kind of get like a samurai sort of opening swipe as you pull the knife out of the out of the sheath. And plus, being able to weave all the way through is going to give it a lot more. You're not going to have to use both hands like a lot of knives where you just clip it to your belt. You got to reach down and you got to use one hand to grab the sheath and then the other one to get the knife out. And having it secured all the way through is going to mean you don't have to do that. And I'm assuming this is for the purpose of you can unwrap that and weave it through the back. So that's pretty cool. They actually included some. You don't have to buy malice clips or anything like that. It's already attached to the knife itself. It does have belt loops, but I can't imagine anyone using belt loops for this. It's just a little bit too big. But that is my review of the Spyderco Warrior. Very interesting knife. Got some history to it, which I always like. It's always a plus for me. And looks cool. I'm going to be putting it in my display case. I may take it with me on my next deployment. If I have a next deployment, you know, we're supposedly winding down in Afghanistan pretty soon, but that may be coming with me attached to my armor. Possibly. But for right now, it is going in my display case. I'm going to be keeping it nice. I'm Cyan Link. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. Have a nice day.